This is a screencast from Multiplying Binomials Intro. After watching the screencast, you should be able to multiply two binomials. Prior to understanding this lesson, you must be extremely confident with your ability to use the distributive property. We're going to be using the distributive property in order to multiply our binomials. We need to be able to multiply binomials in the future for when we end up multiplying polynomials. So let's start first by multiplying two binomials, x plus 5 times x plus 7. And we are going to start by using the distributive property. What's going to be different is that I'm going to be distributing that quantity inside parentheses. I'm going to distribute it to the x. So we would have x plus 5 times x. I'm also going to distribute it to the 7. We're going to have x plus 5 times 7. And in between these two terms, we are going to be adding. Distributing from the front can sometimes be awkward, so I'm just going to rewrite this with the x in front and with the 7 in front. And that's legal to do using the commutative property. So now, just for these two terms, I'm going to distribute the x. I'm going to distribute the x to the x. I'm also going to be distributing the x to the 5. And we'll get x squared plus 5x. Next, I'll distribute the 7. Distribute the 7 to the x, distribute the 7 to the 5, and we will get 7x plus 35. Before I am comfortable saying we have a final answer, I need to make sure that I have combined all of my like terms. The 5x and the 7x are like terms, so my final answer is x squared plus 12x plus 35. Let's look at another problem. This time, when I approach this problem, I'm going to choose to distribute from the back. Or in other words, I'm going to distribute the x minus 2. I'm going to distribute the x minus 2 to the x and get x times x minus 2. I'm also going to distribute the x minus 2 to the 3 and get 3 times x minus 2. Doing it this way can save a step or two. And again, we have to carry down that addition symbol. So now I'm going to distribute yet again. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. I'm going to distribute my positive 3. Positive 3 times x and positive 3 times negative 2. Again, I must check to make sure that we have all of our like terms combined before I say that we have a final answer. So, x squared plus x minus 6 is our final answer. Let's look at one last example. We are going to multiply x minus 9 times x minus 4. Again, I'm going to distribute that x minus 4. I'm going to distribute it to the x to get x times x minus 4. I'm also going to distribute it to the negative 9. So that would be negative 9x minus 4. And I'm just going to add that addition symbol right in the middle. We'll distribute the x for x squared minus 4x. I'll distribute that negative 9, negative 9x plus 36. I notice that I have two terms that can be combined. So my final answer is x squared minus 13x plus 36. So those were 3 examples of how you can multiply two binomials.